Me and red blush, we're like this. Me and coral blush, we're like this. Me and orange blush, we're like this. Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a get ready with me where I will be showing you my current favorite products. Most of these products I have never showed on my YouTube channel before. You might have seen these products on my other social media, but of course I had to share with the YouTube girls as well because y'all deserve to see these products as well. So if you would like to see how I achieved this look with some of my new favorite products, please keep on watching. Okay, so I've already done my skincare. I also did moisturizer and sunscreen, and we're gonna get straight into primer. I also already did my eyebrows, as you can see. So as you all know, I love to double prime. I always use two primers. The first primer that I have to show you guys is the Charlotte Tilbury Invisible UV Flawless Primer. This primer also has SPF 50 in it. I do put on sunscreen otherwise, like I put on sunscreen and then I also will use this primer. So I don't use this as my sunscreen, but honestly, I think you could because SPF 50 is impressive. The next one is a new favorite. This is the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. Milk Makeup made this for me. They made this for me. I love the Hydro Grip Primer. You guys see me use that one all the time, but they knew they had to come out with a mattifying primer for us oily girls, and ever since this came out and ever since I got it, I've been using it every single time I do my makeup, and it always keeps me right. Next, I love to set my face with setting spray before I apply my makeup, so I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Last Sunscreen Setting Spray. This one has SPF 30. I think spraying your face really helps to make your makeup last. It's one of my favorite steps in my routine. It just feels so refreshing. I love having hydrated, juicy skin before I put on my makeup. And yes, even if you're oily, you still need to hydrate your skin for the best application possible. Now the face is all prepped and ready, and the first thing that I'm going to do is color correct. And to color correct, I'm using the new Fenty Beauty Matchsticks corrector in the shade Pumpkin. Color correcting is kind of a step that I would go on and off with, and I'm so glad I chose not to skip it anymore because I really think it makes a difference, especially us dark skinned girls. I feel like a lot of us can struggle with hyperpigmentation and just having like 500 shades of brown on your face. Let me get a compact mirror so I can see better. But as I was saying, I think color correcting makes a huge difference. Now after color correcting, it's time to go in with foundation, and a recent favorite of mine is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Care and Glow Foundation. Excuse my French, I don't speak French, so I'm sorry if my accent wasn't very good. I'm in the shade 530W. I recently worked with Lancome on a TikTok video, which was very exciting. And I used this foundation in the video and I absolutely love it. I've been reaching for it so often because it is just stunning. It is simply stunning. I think it gives such a beautiful natural finish that is not too dewy. Also, this shade just fits me so perfectly. I love how this makes my skin look. It just evens out my skin tone and just makes me look beautiful, even more beautiful. Now for concealer, the first one I'm going to be using is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and this is in the shade 12. This one is like a skin tone concealer, so it's always the first one that I use. It has beautiful, beautiful coverage. So for this one, I just put it under my eyes, above my lip, and on my chin. This is kind of supposed to help with the color correcting to even out my skin tone. This shade that I have is pretty warm as well, which I think is very pretty on my skin tone. Now you know we're not gonna stop here. The next concealer I'm gonna use is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and this one is in the shade Dark 170N. This concealer I've really slept on. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know where I was. I don't know why nobody told me, but it's a really, really good concealer. I love using this one, this shade in particular, to highlight. I just think it's Gorgiana. I'm also going to take this one down the bridge of my nose. I like using it to highlight that area as well. And then I'm also, I almost dropped the applicator. I'm going to use it to highlight the center of my forehead. And then I do like a highlighted upper lip, so I'm going to add a little bit in the center of my cupid's bow. And I don't have any particular way I apply my concealer. I do have a way that I blend it for it to be the most flattering for my face. But I feel like some people stress concealer placement a little too much. It don't matter. Just do what works for you. And this is what works for me. Now to contour, this product is just amazing. This is the NYX Wonder Stick. I absolutely love this product. I also had the pleasure and honor of working with NYX on this product, and I've been using this for months now. It is just, it's so good. I'm using the shade Deep Rich. This contour stick is just so creamy. I just love it. I just love it. That's all I'm gonna say. I've started blending out my contour on my cheekbones a different way to make my face look a little bit more snatched. I'm going to just blend this out as normal, and then I'm going to bring it down in this type of shape for it to define my cheekbones a little bit more and snatch the face a little bit more as well. I don't like to place too much of the actual contour product there because I think it can look a little bit too harsh, so I prefer to just blend it downwards. Now a round cheek is beautiful. I even see people contour their cheeks to look a little bit rounder, and then people with rounder cheeks make them look a little bit slimmer. So, you know, everybody has different shapes that they desire. Now we're finally gonna blend out this concealer. I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush again. This is a separate one. I have two of these because I love them so much. So I have the first one that I used to the side, but I have it handy. But I'm using a different one to blend this shade out. If you watch any of my makeup routines, I explain this more in depth, especially if you watch my bright under eye routine. You will see a more in-depth tutorial about this, so I'm not going to go too into it today. But you see how that just instantly brightened my under eye? And it's so natural and so beautiful. I think this shade is just perfect for me, and I just love how it looks. Now for my last concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer, and this is in the shade 30. This is a new favorite drugstore concealer of mine. Also, get into the packaging. I think the packaging is literally so cute. And this is the last concealer I'm going to use today. This one doesn't have super high coverage, I don't think, but I truly don't think that's necessary for every single concealer. Now the next few products that I have to show you, I'm so excited about because ever since I tried them, they quickly became staple products in my makeup routine. If you follow me on my other social media, especially TikTok, you've definitely seen these products already, but I had to share them with my YouTube girls as well. Before I set my under eye, I'm going to put on some cream blush, and the blush I'm going to be using is the One Size Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio, and this one is in the shade Firestarter. I'm obsessed with this. Absolutely and irrevocably obsessed. Just look at this. Are you kidding me? Do you see those shades? This is a dark-skinned girl's dream. A dream. So the top one is a cream blush, this is a powder blush, and then on the bottom is a highlight. I haven't been a big fan of face palettes in the past, but this one eats down. So before I set my under eye, I'm going to apply the cream blush, and that is in the shade Petty. I'm going to get this stippling brush from e.l.f. this is the e.l.f. Putty Blush Brush, and I'm going to use this one to apply the cream blush. I'm just going to coat the bristles and lightly apply it. Do you see that color? Do you see that color? I don't even need to say anything. I know you see it. Me and red blush, we're like this. Me and coral blush, we're like this. Me and orange blush, we're like this. This palette was made for me. Patrick Star made it for me. Now this blush is blended out. Obsessed. I'm obsessed. Now it's time to set the face. And this next product is also a One Size product. This is their translucent powder. Why did you guys let me sleep on this powder? I've also started using a powder puff to apply my under eye powder. I think it makes your under eye look so flawless and prevents you from adding too much powder as well. Of course, before I set, I always blend out any creases or separation under my eyes because you don't want to set that into place. Look at how flawless my under eye looks. I'm obsessed. This was definitely a new favorite, of course, along with my Huda powder. You guys know nothing can replace Miss Huda, but this powder is a very close second because you see how flawless my under eye looks? Period. Now I hope you didn't think I wasn't gonna bake my face. It'll be a dark day when I stop baking. Now moving on to pressed powder, I'm gonna use this powder, the Pretty Fresh Pressed Face Powder in the shade Deep Dark 21 from Colourpop. I'm going to use this powder to set the rest of my face, and I'm just going to get a big powder brush. This one's from Zoeva, and I'm going to use that to set the rest of my face. I love this powder. It's pretty much a powder foundation. You could literally use it on its own if you like, but I love setting in the rest of my foundation with a pressed foundation powder. I don't go over where I contoured, I go underneath my contour, and then I also don't bring it up to where I added my blush because we're still gonna use powder bronzer and powder blush up there, so that is not necessary. But I do like to use it over the contour on my forehead so that's not too harsh. Now for our powder contour and powder bronzer. You guessed it, another One Size product. This is the One Size Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio. Yes, Bronze and Sculpt Trio. Another product from One Size that I love. These are all powder bronzers, and I'm obsessed. Obsessed, as I am with every other One Size product that I've showed you. And I literally can use all three of these. I feel most of the time in bronzer palettes, I can only use one, maybe two of the shades because one of them is too light, but I literally can use all three of these. Amazing. I use the top one for my nose and then the last two for my cheeks. Obsessed. Let's put it on. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I got this palette in the shade Deep, of course, and I'm going to use the middle shade called Serve on my cheeks. And these are very pigmented as well, so definitely use them sparingly. I also like to go in with the deepest shade on the bottom. I just get a little bit of that and I apply that to the farthest point of my cheekbone closer to my ear, and this just provides a little bit more depth. If you like to powder contour, that one is a great shade, but I prefer to use a cream contour first and then go in with powders after. We're gonna go back into the One Size blush palette and I'm gonna use the powder contour in the middle, and I'm going to apply that literally right over. Of course, also use this one sparingly as well because it is very pigmented. I'm going to apply it basically right over where I applied the cream blush. That's what it's called. I was like, what is it called again? The cream blush. Just to bring that color back into the face. And then apply, of course, as much as you like. I love blush. It is one of my favorite parts of my makeup routine and just of my makeup in general. So I'm gonna apply a generous amount. I'm gonna use my powder puff to just press in the baking powder, and then I'm gonna blend it into the blush as well. Now I'm going to go in with a second blush. This is the Kaleidos blush in the shade Sunburnt, which is just a really beautiful peachy orange. Now this technique that I've been using has changed my makeup game completely. This blush looks beautiful as it is, but we're about to take it to the next level. My friend Lex over on TikTok has this technique which she calls mid-tone blushing, where basically you will get a shade of blush that is in between your under eye and your original blush that you have on. So this one obviously is lighter than the blush that I have on, and I'm gonna get this on a separate brush, and I'm gonna apply it in between my under eye and the first darker blush that I used, and it just helps everything to look way more seamless and just blend beautifully. I also bring it very high up into my under eye, like I basically go all the way up just so that everything blends seamlessly. And you see the difference? That just looks so much more blended, flawless, airbrushed, and it just adds a whole different dimension to your face. It looks like almost ombre. I'm obsessed. You guys know I love putting eyeliner on my waterline. Today's no different. I decided to go with a white eyeliner today. Not usually, but a lot of times I'll go for a fun color, pink, blue, green, purple, but today I was just feeling white, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, liner is on. I love what liner does for my eyes. I think it looks so beautiful. It really enhances them. I'm also going to take some highlighter. This one is from Kaleidos. This is the Space Age highlighter in the shade Mars Melter, which is just this beautiful orange shade. It's like this really pale orange, almost peachy shade. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my finger. And I'm just going to tap some in the center, or not the center. I'm just going to tap some on my eye. I kept it focused on the lid, but then I also just kind of put it everywhere. And I think it's so beautiful. I love adding shimmer to my eyes. It just makes them sparkle, makes them twinkle a little bit. Now I've done my lashes and mascara, which I will show you. The mascara that I used is the Lancome Le 8 Hypnose Mascara. Amazing mascara. I just love how it makes my lashes look. It separates them really well and gives them volume without being too clumpy. I use them on my top and bottom lashes, but obviously you can only see them on my bottom lashes, and I love how it looks. I love how bottom mascara looks. It's so pretty. Now for my lashes, I'm wearing the Juvia's Place Nubian lashes in the style Egypt Flare. I absolutely love Juvia's Place's lashes. They're such good quality and they have such a wide variety of style. Now it's time for lips. I've wiped off the lip balm that I had on so that we can do this part. I'm so excited for this part because I have new lip liners to show you guys, a new lipstick as well. The first lip liner that I have to show you is from Rare Beauty. This is the Kind Words matte lip liner in the shade Strong, which is the darkest shade, and brown obviously. I'm obsessed with this lip liner. I did a video about it on Instagram, so you might have already seen it there. It's just so pretty. This lip liner also twists up, which is so helpful so you don't have to sharpen it. And then it also has a sharpener on the bottom if you want it to be a little bit more pointy. It's just so creamy, and you see the shade. It really is a deep brown, which I love. It's not easy to find though, so I always get very excited when I find a deep brown lip liner. Now the next lip liner I'm going to use is from Kosas. This is the Kosas Hot Liner in the shade Supreme. This is their brown shade. This one is deep but not as deep, so I don't like to use it on the outer perimeter of my lips because I prefer that to be pretty dark. So I just use this one on the inside of the Rare Beauty liner. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty lipstick in the shade Creative. This whole lip collection, their Kind Words lip collection, eats down. Every single shade, every single lip liner is so beautiful. But if you're going to pick one up, please let the lip liner be strong. But for the lipsticks, you really can pick up any shade. I really truly love all of them. It's just so pretty. I could leave it like this, but of course it's me, so I have to put a gloss on top. My favorite lip glosses right now are the Maybelline Lifter glosses. I believe I might have shown you this already, but if not, here they are, and I absolutely love them. This is in the shade Reef. Now to set my face, I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray sunscreen that I used at the beginning of the video. And here is my finished look. It is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with this look. I'm obsessed with these products. I really hope you found some new products to try out. I think a lot of these I have not shared with the YouTube girls yet, and I'm so sorry for abandoning you because you need so many of these. I'm not going to tell you need all of them, but you need all of them, okay? I love these products so much. Please check them out. I will have every single link to every single product in the description for you to check out. Please make sure to follow me on all my social media accounts. I will have them all linked below. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!